Hey, it's your boy Ace is back at it again with another one. I want to do these patch notes real quick because the devs did a little dev stream yesterday, episode 4 on YouTube. If you ain't seen it, go see it. It's pretty much it's a dev stream. They pretty much explaining everything that's gonna be on the patch, including the patch notes. So this is a patch notes video. I just want to hear from you can hear from their mouths. Period. I'm just go ahead and give my reaction. You know, it's probably ain't gonna be that good, but hey, we'll see. Let's go.
That we're doing. So, Carlos, why don't you walk me through some of the stuff we're going to see for characters happening in this patch specifically?
Yeah, so the first one we're going to talk about is Bloodhound. So they're getting a buff.
Bloodhound need one.
And
he need
Bloodhound 4.0.
He needs a huge buff.
Their ultimate with where you down someone while you're using their ultimate.
The 5 seconds.
I've seen some pretty cool kind of clips of that.
I've been unfollowing.
Why he capping? Why he capping? You ain't seen no good clips of Bloodhound unless it's him on the ground dying.
Try to elevate Bloodhound.
Come on.
We're going to buff their scan, and the way it's going to work is the range of their scan is going to increase 3x. I think the previous number was 1,000 units, and now it's up to 3,000 units. So it's a 3x increase
so the radius
to the scan range. But to compensate for that, we're going to slow down the activation time on the scan. So it's used to be 0.4 seconds, now it's 0.8 seconds, so it's double the activation.
What?
No, it's the time it takes to activate the scan once you hit the button.
I gotcha.
And
oh, okay. Nah, that's not okay. Wow. So Bloodhound was already a shit character. Like, let's be blunt with this. He's already a terrible character when it comes down to it. He's not good. He's not good utility. He's not a good partner to have on your team. People that play with him are just terrible. And he's super useless. He's just as useless as Revenant is right now. And they still nerfed him. They still find a way to nerf him while giving him a buff. I don't understand it. I don't understand. They buff his radius of his scan circle by, I think it was 100 something, wherever the case is. They buffed it. It's a buff. It's a buff. And then they nerfed the activation of it, which is the time you press the button to activate the scan and the time he actually does it in the game. So it's like you press the button, and it's gonna be like 8 seconds later, scan. What? Oh my god! Let's listen to the reasoning. This is probably a terrible reason to watch. Let's go.
the reason for doing this is the intent is that we want Bloodhound players to kind of come up on a town and maybe see some markers and then use the scan to scan the town, but not use the scan kind of in the middle of the fight and then hit the button to scan and then gain an advantage and peek around the corner and shoot the guy, right?
You hear this guy? You hear him? Somebody come look at this. You gotta be kidding me, or what? So they want you to come up and scan a fucking town, and then that's it. They don't want you to use Bloodhound's minor ability for attack or defense. I'm confused. I'm super confused. Like, Wraith is still as powerful as she was before, and they called the nerf they gave her nerfs, and they giving a champion, a legend that nobody uses. Nobody uses Bloodhound but 5 people in this whole entire game. On every system, there's 5 people that use it. So they give him an excellent buff. I mean, it's not the greatest buff ever, but it's a buff pointing him towards the way, point him towards a better way of life, I should say. Because right now he's terrible, and using him is terrible. People that use him is terrible. Like, he's just terrible. Period. So they give him a good buff, and then they nerf the buff. And they want you to only use it when you come up to towns to scan the initial area. And they don't want you to use it on attack or defense. Like, if anything, his ability should go down. I think it's like 30. It's like a 30-second cooldown. Like now I think it's like a 35 or 38 with the with that nerf. Wow, I'm confused. So they don't want you to use Bloodhound at all. That's just pretty much telling me they don't want you to use this guy at all.
We scan, we see the town, and then we can go engage the guys in the town.
Have it be more of a preemptive move than
Yeah,
reactionary.
preemptive move.
It feels very awesome. Yeah, the pulse reads better at a distance anyway.
I
Or
agree.
the highlights through the walls when you're too
Absolutely.
close. Yeah.
And it's generally hard to use the scan kind of up close because you kind of have to guess, like, are they in this room or this room,
Right.
and you don't really know. And so it's just generally better, right? The Bloodhound's all about finding out where people are. So the more ways they can do that, then the better it'll be for the players.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Also,
It's the dumbest shit I've ever
our boy
read in my life.
Gibraltar. Getting another buff.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
yep.
I'm just kidding.
He's gonna get a grappling hook
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
so
And
I
a
think that
hoverboard.
would be really good.
Yeah.
It's going to use his shield as a hoverboard.
Yes.
Yep.
So if y'all don't know, I pretty much Gibraltar is my main. Well, was my main. He said like second in command for me. Like right now, Pathfinder is my main, but Gibraltar is like pretty much he's still up there. But I've been playing him from the beginning of me start. I started playing this game in like I played it in season 1 or preseason before that, but it was like once or twice. It wasn't that many times. I didn't really start playing until season 2, and Gibraltar is the legend I stuck to. And he needed buffs then, and he was supposed to get buffs then, but they kept on BSing around, giving him like, oh, I'll give you a faster throw on your shield, or just like crazy stuff that made no difference in gameplay. Like it was stupid because it's still, as of today, it still takes forever for you to throw out your shield. But anyway, he finally got the buffs that he needed, and now they ready to nerf him because people are fucking crying. I watch people's streams and YouTube videos all day of people crying. Oh my god, Gibraltar needs a nerf. He needs a nerf. Oh my god, I can't even kill him because he's so strong. He needs a nerf. I'm like, what? You can't kill him because you're terrible. I'm like, what am I gonna tell you? Like, you can't kill him because you're terrible. You can either whose stupid brain is gonna tell you to 1v1 a Gibraltar in the middle of nowhere with no cover? Nobody. Who's doing that? If you're doing that, then you deserve to die by Gibraltar with a shield. What do you want me to tell you? Like Gibraltar's fat. Gibraltar can't get away from stuff. So if Gibraltar gotta run, he's most definitely getting gunned down. Like, you can't get around corners with Gibraltar. You can't hide with Gibraltar. He's fat. He's slow. He's not nimble. He doesn't move like Lifeline or Pathfinder. Any of these fucking rest of these legends that move so smoothly. Gibraltar is so clunky. He's like moving around a pail full of bricks. So all these defensive moves, like the boost on the shield and a better revive and inside his bubble and stuff like that, the better heals, like these was much needed. Like these was buffs that he should have already had coming out. Like he should have already had these buffs. Why are you nerfing something that you gave him? Like these stupid ass devs gave Gibraltar this because he needed that. Now all of a sudden that 17 people are complaining about it because they 1v1 a Gibraltar in the middle of a field. They complaining that they can't beat him. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you ain't gonna beat a Gibraltar with a shield in the middle of a field when you're not recovering. Like, you deserve to die every single time. Like, I watch streamers. I even watch this big streamers. I watch. I respect to the fullest. Shout out to you. You know you are. And I see him complaining all the time. Like, I see him complaining all the time about Gibraltar needs a shield. And he's like, I'm almost positive he's maining him now. So, like, come on, from somebody who's main Gibraltar from the beginning, like this nerf, like, look, you about to hear it.
Jibby, we did a couple buffs on him, and that was cool. People had fun with him, but he's gonna come down a little bit next patch. So his shield, his gun shield from 75 health is gonna go down back to 50. Everything
That's
else is
fucking
stay.
insane. Goes from 75 to 50. Like, what? Man, my goodness, bro. Well, they need to do some of the mechanics with him then. Like throwing out your bubble needs to be a lot faster. Like mechanics like that needs to be a lot faster, because when I'm playing Gibraltar as a Gibraltar main, for me, when I'm in a battle, like I gotta literally predict the future and know to throw my shield out before I actually need it, whether I win a battle or not. Just because it takes literally 15 minutes in a hot pocket meal for you to get your goddamn shield to hit the ground. And like you could throw your shield out, you could throw it, it'd be in midair, and still get shot directly in the head before it hits the ground and expand. So either one or two things need to happen. That process needs to be faster altogether, or that's like a dick. I mean, what up?
We're going to keep monitoring it, see where he needs to go. But yeah, we're just going to pull back on the buffs we gave him.
I think especially being a little too strong in the 1v1.
Yeah, the 1v1 situation was definitely pretty oppressive.
See, look at that
complaining
shit.
that they couldn't
You hear that shit, right? Go on, listen.
kill Gibraltar with a full R99 magazine. You know, that's probably not a good sign.
Yeah. Our boy Crypto's getting a little love on
He's
this
got a
one too.
little bit. Crypto doesn't have, I wouldn't call it a buff. It's more like a quality of life thing for him. So when Crypto sends out his drone, it auto reloads his primaries now. And you know, this is just us looking for ways to kind of make it easier for Crypto to use the drone. It's
Oh
just a lot
my
of
goodness!
complaints about
For the 10 people that
a lot
use
of trouble.
crypto, like I
Go
feel
through every
I
squad
feel bad for
and
y'all. Okay, I can't get a
prepare for the
break.
next fight.
Something's always
Trying
happening
find
to
all these
him.
little
Like
ways to make it easier for everybody.
it wasn't a nerf
everyone,
this
I
time.
think we should
It definitely wasn't a nerf. I wouldn't call it a buff. Like it was like a mechanic change. It wasn't a nerf. It wasn't a buff. It was more like a mechanic change that really doesn't change anything. Every time you use your drone, it reloads your primary weapon, not your secondary, any of that. But it reloads your primary. But in my head, who the fuck is using a droid before they even reload a gun? Like, he's lying. I've already seen this. He's lying. He's lying. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens, man. It's been like that for 4 seasons. I don't know why now they want to change it. They haven't added a new grenade, so they haven't added new grenades, and they still haven't nerfed the Arc Star. So I don't know why that's changing now. Yeah, they should increase. They increase the size of the bag, but giving you less resources when you pick them up. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard too. That's the worst. That's literally the worst change that's coming to this expansion. The worst change ever. Like, what you mean? You're gonna. I want to call it a buff and nerf. This is another one. It's another mechanic change. It makes no sense because they said the main reason they're doing this is to stop grenade spam, but they adding more space to your bag, but you're getting less resources. At the end of it, you're still getting less resources. You're getting less resources and more space, which means absolutely nothing because now it's 2 of everything. Like, I think it's 6 syringes instead of 8, or whatever. 4 syringes instead of 6. 2 mag hits instead of 3. Like, okay. They said they monitor everything. Has to be double lemons, all I gotta say. Anyway, that's the end of the Patch Notes videos. I hope you like it. Like, subscribe, comment, share this to everybody you know. Tell them, hey, come check your boy Ace's Gaming out, because I'm doing that. Next up and coming. Holla at your boy Crazy Ratchet. Holla at your boy Zeus. You know where it is, your boy Aces. And I'm out.